consider this an intrusion, Mr. Carmine.
Of course not. Please, sit down, won't you?
Thank you.
Would you care for a coffee or a liquor?
No, thank you. I had to come, Mr. Carmine.
I see.
I felt a tremendous urge, like a rushing wind, so I hopped on my bike and here I am.
It was very kind of you.
Not kind at all. It was my duty, and I know it strongly.
Duty?
I reproach myself bitterly, no?
Please don't. There's no need for that.
I allowed myself to get into a huff the other night with your late wife. I rode it all the way home in a grip of temper, and I've regretted it ever since.
My dear Senor Connie.
No, let me finish. Mine is the shame, mine is the blame, and I shall never forgive myself. If I had not been so impetuous, if I would have listened to the cool voice of reason, so much would have been averted.
You told my wife distinctly you were unable to help her. Over and above the original unfortunate mistake, I see no reason for you to reproach yourself.
I threw up the sponge. In the moment of crisis, I threw up the sponge without throwing down the gauntlet.
Whatever you threw, Senor Connie, I very much feel nothing could have been done.
I cannot admit to defeat so easily. It is so gall and wormwood to me. I should have at least tried and concentrated, made an effort.
Never mind.
But I do mind. I mind with every fiber of my being. I've been thinking carefully, and I've been reading a great deal of books. I gather we are alone.
My first wife is lying down. The funeral exhausted her. I imagine my second wife is with her, but of course I have no way of knowing that for certain.
You remarked no texture and difference since your first wife's accident?
Oh, she seems much as usual. A little under the weather, perhaps. A trifle low-spirited, but that's all.
Well, that washes that out.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
It's just a little theory I had. In the early 19th century, a ghost that participated in the death of a human being, they would be disintegrated automatically.
How do you know that Elvira was in any way responsible for Ruth's death?
Elvira, that's such a pretty name. Has a definite lip to it, doesn't it? Elvira. Elvira.
You haven't answered my question. How did you know?
It came to me, Mr. Conowine. It came to me like a blinding flash. I just had a cup of my Ovaltine, and I started up in my bed, and I said, "Great Scott, I've got it!" So I put 2 and 2 together 3 in the morning with my brain fairly seething. I grabbed my crystal, and it was really cloudy, you know?
I'd be very much obliged if you give any theories you have regarding my wife's death to yourself, Senor Arcadi.
My one desire is to help you, Mr. Conowine. I feel so remiss over the whole situation, not only remiss, but untidy.
I'm afraid there's nothing to be done.
Oh, but there is. There is. Now, I have a formula here, and it should work.
What are you talking about?
Just a little formula. Chin up, all is not lost.
Now see here, Senor Arcadi. Apart from my wife being upset with me, which has always upset her even when she was alive, my first wife, or my second wife rather, has hardly left her side a minute. You must see how she's upset with one thing and the other.
And you are still anxious to dematerialize your first wife, I suppose.
Of course, I'm perfectly furious with her.
But
Well, just as I've said, she's been bothered with one thing and the other all the time.
your feelings of delicacy, Mr. Conowine, give you a lot of credit. But if I must say so, you are a damn fool.
You are at liberty to believe whatever you please.
Now, let's not get into a puff. We shouldn't have time for that now, mustn't we? Now, I do have a formula here, and it can help her. It's just, it won't hurt her feelings, as you said before. All I needed is a minor transfer me and a lot of concentration from you. I might not even have to lie down this time.
Really, I would rather...
Charles!
What is it?
What is he doing here?
He came to offer me his condolences.
They should have been congratulations.
Really, Elvira, I wish you wouldn't say such things. It's in the worst possible taste. Senor Arcadi, allow me to introduce you to my first wife, Elvira.
How do you do?
What does he want, Charles? Send him away.
Where is she now?
She's pacing about the room rather rapidly at the moment. I'll tell you when and where she settles.
He's the one who got me here in the first place, isn't he?
Yes?
Well, tell him I want to go back.
Really,
I'm sick of this whole house.
really, Elvira, I'm surprised at you.
I don't care how surprised you are. I mean it.
Don't be childish, Elvira.
I'm not being childish.
This is very interesting, very interesting. I smell ectoplasm strongly.
What a very disgusting thing to say.
Where is she now?
Here, standing by me.
Are you happy, my dear?
Tell this silly old bitch to mind his own business.
Is your journey difficult? Are you weary?
He's Dottie.
Senor Arcadi.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Charles, God forbid, send him into the other room. I got to talk to you.
Senor Arcadi.
No, just a moment, just a moment. I almost have contact. I can feel it. This is magnificent.
Go on, Elvira. Don't be a spoilsport. Give him a bit of encouragement.
What? If only you promised to send him into the other room.
All right.
Yes, yes. Again. Again. First rate. This is absolutely first rate.
I'm so glad you're pleased.
Now send him into the other room. Ruth will be in a minute.
Senor Arcadi, would you think it most frightfully rude if I asked you to step into the other room for just a minute? My wife wishes to keep me alone.
Oh, must I? I mean, it's so wonderful being in a room with her.
Only for a minute. I promise she'll be here when you get back.
All right. Could you grab my book, please? It's on this off.
Here.
This is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
How good is he really?
I don't know.
Do you think he'll be able to get me back?
But my dear child,
And do not call me my dear child. It is smug and supercilious.
there's no need to be rude.
This whole thing has been a failure. A dreary, miserable failure. And oh, what high hopes I did start off with.
You can't expect much sympathy from me, you know. I'm fully aware it was your highest hope to murder me.
Don't put it like that. It sounds beastly.
It is beastly. It's one of the beastliest ideas I've ever heard.
There was a time where you would have wanted to be with me forever and ever.
Your behavior shocked me immeasurably, Elvira. I had no idea you were so unscrupulous.
Oh, Charles!
Stop crying.
They're only ghost tears. They don't mean anything really. They're just very, very painful. Oh!
You brought this all on yourself, you know.
That's right. Rub it in. All because I loved you. The silliest thing I ever did my whole entire life was to love you. You were never worthy of me.
That remark comes perilous in your impertinence, Elvira.
I sat there day after day. I really did. All through your affairs with that brastly looking woman from the south of France. I went on loving you and thinking truly of you. And then you married Ruth. And even then I forgave you. Because deep down inside, I truly believe that you really did love me best. That's why I put myself down for a return visit. And I had to fill out all those forms and sit in a trusty passage for hours. If only you died before you met Ruth, everything would be quite all right. She absolutely ruined you and this house. And I haven't even been in this house a day before I realized that. And your books aren't even a quarter as good as they used to be either.
That is entirely untrue. Ruth helped me and encouraged me with my work, which is a damn sight more than you ever did.
That's probably what's wrong with it.
All you ever thought of was going to parties and enjoying yourself.
Why shouldn't I have fun? I died young, didn't I?
You needn't have died if all of you had been idiotic enough to go out on the river with Guy Henderson and get soaked to the skin.
Guy Henderson adored me, and not only that, he was very attractive.
You told me he didn't attract you in the least.
You've gone through the roof had I told you anything at all.
Did you have an affair with Guy Henderson?
I'd rather not discuss that if you do not mind.
Answer me. Did you or didn't you?
Of course I didn't.
You let him kiss you though, didn't you?
How could I stop him? He was bigger than I was.
And you swore to me.
Of course I did. You were always making a scene over nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
You never really loved me, really. It was only your beastly vanity.
You seriously believe it was only vanity that upset me when you went out on the punt with Guy Henderson?
It wasn't a punt. It was a little launch.
I don't care if it was a three-masted schooner. You had no right to go.
You seem to forget why I went in the first place. You seem to forget that you spent an entire evening making sheep eyes at an overblown harlot with false pearls!
A woman in Cynthia Chabot's position would hardly be seen wearing false pearls.
They were practically all she was wearing.
I am pained to observe that 7 years in the echoing chambers of eternity have done little to temper your native vulgarity.
That is the remark of a pompous ass.
There is nothing to be gained by continuing this conversation.
Oh, you always used to say that when you were thoroughly worsted.
On looking back on our married years, Elvira, I see now with horrid clarity that they were nothing but a mockery.
You invite mockery, Charles. It's something to do with your personality. A seedy Granger.
Once and for all, Elvira.
You never suspected it, but I laughed at you steadily from the altar to the grave with all your ridiculous fussings and fuming.
You are feckless and irresponsible and morally unstable. I realized that before we went to Blythe Spirit.
Only a monumental bore would have thought of having a honeymoon at Blythe Salterton.
What's the matter with Blythe Spirit?
I was a young and eager bride, Charles. I wanted romance. I wanted glamour. I wanted music. And all I got was a 7-day potted palm on a damp golf course with a 3-piece orchestra playing Merry England.
It's a pity you didn't tell me so at the time.
I did, but you didn't listen. That's why I went out to the moors with Captain Brace Griddle. I was desperate.
You told me you'd gone off to see your Auntie Exmouth.
It was the moors.
With Captain Brace Griddle?
With Captain Brace Griddle.
I should have known it. What a fool I was. What a blind fool. Did he make love to you?
Of course he did.
Oh, Elvira.
Only very discreetly. He was in the cavalry, you know.
Well, all I can say is I'm well rid of you.
Unfortunately, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am. You're dead, and Ruth's dead. I shall sell this house, lock, stock, and barrel, and go away.
I shall follow you.
I shall go a long way away. I shall go to South America. You'll hate it there. You were always such a bad traveler.
That can't be helped. I shall follow you. You called me back.
I did not call you back.
Well, somebody did, and it was less likely to have been Ruth.
Nothing in the world was farther from my thoughts.
You were talking about me that day over at dinner.
I might have just as easily been talking about Joan of Arc, but that wouldn't have necessarily meant I wanted her to come and live with me.
By the way, she's rather fun.
Stick to the point.
When I think about what may have happened had I gotten you to the other side, it makes me shudder. It does, honestly. It would be nothing but bickering and squabbling forever and ever and ever. I swear, I'm better off with Ruth. At least she'll find her own stead and not get in my way.
So I get in your way, do
Only because I thought I loved you. And I sort of felt sorry for you.
I'm sick of these insults. Please go away.
There's nothing I should like to do better. I always believed in cutting my losses. That's why I died.
All the blazing sophistry.
Send old boy back in here. Send him to work. I won't be insulted like this anymore. I want to go home.
For heaven's sake, stop the snivel.
Send him in. He got to get me out of this.
I quite agree. And the sooner the better. Senor Arcadi, would you please come in now?
Is Dolly still here?
Yes, she is.
Where? Tell me where.
Over here, sitting on the couch.
Oh. My darling, my little darling.
Stop him from fawning over me, Charles, or I shall break something.
Me and my wife have discussed the situation, and we are both convinced she must go home as soon as possible.
Home?
Wherever she's come from.
Well, don't you think she would like to stay a little longer while I get things more organized?
No, no, no.
I could stay with her and I can bring my crystal.
For God's sakes, no!
I'm afraid we are both completely in agreement. She must go as soon as possible. Straighten every nerve, Senor Arcadi, make every effort. You certainly want a formula. What is it?
Well, you insist.
I most emphatically do insist.
Oh, Charles!
Shut up.
Oh!
Now, it may not work. I can't guarantee anything will happen.
What is the formula?
All snapdragons and some other things, but I think I can manage. I hope you aren't feeling so bad, my dear. It's perfectly harmless.
Will this be enough?
That's perfect. I just need a little. Now, if you would, could you sprinkle it down on the table, please? All right. Yes, sprinkle some there, a little swoop some there, and right in the middle. There you go. That's enough.
This is a flop. I can tell you that here and now.
Now, we will need some snapdragons from that vase.
Marlon used to do these type of things at birthday parties and bored us all stiff with them.
Now for the gramophone. We should stick to the same music we had before.
I'll get it. Oh well.
If only that Mr. Elmsworth would have seen this. He would have a fit, he really would. Oh. Now, Mr. Conmine, if you would like to sit down, place your hands on the table, but do not put it in the salt. Thank you. I shall join you. Oh, shucks, I nearly forgot. Triangle here, half circle there, and a dot in the middle.
This is a complete waste of time. He's a complete fake.
Anything worth trying?
I'm just as eager to see this succeed as you are, Charles. Make no mistakes about that.
Now,
But I hand you here 1 to 10 that is a complete and utter failure.
now, if you have your wife lie down, please, right in the center of the floor.
Go on, Elvira.
This is nonsense. Don't blame me if I get the giggles.
Concentrate. Think of nothing.
Oh, that's perfectly right. Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. The hands should be by the sides, legs extended, breathing steadily. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Is she comfortable?
Are you comfortable, Elvira?
No!
She's quite comfortable.
Now I shall join you shortly, Mr. Conmine. Just going to start the gramophone and we shall begin.
It was the pepper.
Damn.
Hi. Hold on to yourself and concentrate. Ghostly specter, ghoul, and fiend, never be thy convene. Shepherd swart into the right, banish thee into the night.
What a horrible, disagreeable little verse.
Be quiet.
Shh. Is there anyone there? Is there anyone there? 1 rep for yes, 2 reps for no. Now then, is there anyone there? Oh, is that you, Daphne? Oh, can you help us, dear Mrs. Conmine? She wants to come back. Now, can you help us? Did you hear me? Okay, Mr. Conmine, hold on tight. She's trying to break loose. Ah! Ah!
What's happening? Are you hurt, Senor Arcadi?
Oh.
He's in one of those damn trances again, and I'm here as much as I ever was.
For God's sake, wake up.
Oh.
Leave him there. He's having a whale of a time.
Oh. Oh.
If I ever get back, I'll strangle that bloody Daphne.
Well, what happened?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Something happened.
You fell over. That's all.
Well, is she still here?
Of course she is.
Something must have went wrong.
Tell him to do it right this time around, Charles. I'm tired of being messed about like this.
Be quiet. He's doing his best.
Something happened. I felt it. It shivered through me.